Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse review. I got two basic figures here. On the left we got the more recently released Larfleeze, and on the right we have the White Lantern Batman Red Platinum Chase. Both of these figures I believe retail for $26-ish, 27 maybe, 26, 27. But White Lantern Batman I got from a GameStop pre-order, so he cost like 30 some odd dollars. But in a future video review I'm gonna talk about that, but that's with shipping, just so you know. I don't mind paying $35 if it's with shipping, but for shipping ain't. I just no. And then of course we got Larfleeze over here, who I got from Big Bad Toy Store, so never had a problem with Big Bad Toy Store. But here's White Lantern Batman's barcode if you're looking for that. White Lantern Batman, Brightest Day, and of course you have that famous cover. And then Larfleeze here, mine, the Orange Lantern. There's his barcode, Larfleeze. So glad that he's not a Platinum Chase. Really glad that they did not make him a Platinum Chase. And there's some rumors going around we might get Star Sapphire. All we need then is Saint Walker and Indigo 1, and we got someone representing each of the Lantern Corps, at least their highest known member. But can't wait to open these guys up. Let's get them open. Alright, got them out of the packages. Let's go ahead and take a look at their accessories. So they both come with a stand. Thankfully mine don't seem to need them. Into the pile they go. They both come with a trading card here. Like Larfleeze is better. I just feel like it fits a trading card better. On the back here we got actually quite a large read-up on both of these. Very nice to see both of them. But yeah, really excited to get both of these. They were both probably some of my most wanted figures in the line. Batman comes with no other accessories, not even a White Lantern. That would have been nice. This figure is complete reuse. Sorry, I don't know why it's not wanting to focus, but yeah, that Batman, no accessories other than the art card and stand. But something I like to do, which you shouldn't, because it'd be at your own risk, is I like to cut out the platinum stickers and put them with the cards in my card binder. So again, do that at your own risk. I'm not liable for any damages you cause yourself cutting it out. And Larfleeze here, let's take a look at his accessories. His accessories are complete reuse as well. So we get two Orange Lantern effect pieces, and obviously I have an orange background here, so let's go ahead and grab White Lantern Batman's card back here. And then you can see just how orange it is compared to you. It's much like more not pungent, punchy in person. It's more orange, more Fanta orange than this orangey yellow. Definitely more orange in person. Actually, we'll keep this here. And he does come with a lantern, but it's just a reuse of a Green Lantern battery. Not a fan of that. And if we take a look at Larfleeze's, it mostly looks the same. It's very similar. It just doesn't have the handle, but listen, it's not terrible reuse. I mean, you can't even hardly see that Green Lantern logo unless you're really looking for it, so I don't like that this is reuse, but at least they have it. But those hand effect pieces here, we've seen these plenty of times in different colors. They can go on both hands, so obviously there's that one, or if you want to use the other one on this hand, you can do that as well. It really just depends on where this one doesn't want to fit. Okay, well, maybe you can't use it on both hands. Yeah, it seems like that one went on fine, but this effect piece is just not giving me anything to work with here. Come on, Larfleeze. Don't you want to punch someone with some orange greed? Love me some Larfleeze. Mine. If you can't play with your action figures, then what are you doing, They're action figures, they're not in action figures. But anyway, since we have Larfleeze here, so glad we finally got him. He's the most well-known member of the Orange Lantern Corps. Obviously, we still need Indigo, Saint Walker, and Star Sapphire, but at least one of those is in the rumor list, and this Larfleeze is actually reusing parts within. Phone battery died. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, it's mostly reuse, but it's clever reuse. It's actually Dawnbreaker. As far as I know, all of the leg is reuse, and much of, if not most of, the arm is. But we got a new head sculpt, we got a new torso sculpt, midsection I think might be reused, new crotch piece, new hands as well, and I think these forearms are new. Forearms might be reused, but again, not sure. I really like how this figure looks. You know, Larfleeze, he's not a big buff dude. He's skinny, but obviously in the art card, if you take a look, he's got muscles, but like he's not muscular, or at least not super muscular like Batman over here. Really love the lore of the Orange Lanterns. You know, basically they all got killed by each other, and Larfleeze was the last one remaining. And what's really cool is that they can construct the members of the Orange Lanterns as constructs. I'm not sure if it's like actually them, or if it's like a copy of them. I think it's more of a copy of them, but really cool lore you should look up. Definitely love the lanterns. And what I really love here is that they actually put the Orange Lantern logo on both of his shoulders, just like the art card as you just saw. And again, the reuse is good here. Although I do feel like that the just kind of basic classic look of these parts kind of clashes with the, you know, very grainy, gritty, realistic approach with the arms and legs. It doesn't look bad. It blends in well. And yeah, he looks really good. Look at that face. A face only a mother could love. But yeah, really well done. Just, oh. What do you guys think Larfleeze is? Is he like a chicken? Like, what kind of animal would you say Larfleeze is? I'm getting kind of like warthog vibes. But yeah, they did a good job with the dry brushing on his hands and head and neck. Really love how Larfleeze turned out. And then, I'm not going to talk too much about White Lantern Batman. It's really great to have him, believe me. I like the White Lanterns so much. Obviously, I think I prefer the orange, but something I just really don't like about this figure, and it's not what mold they decided to reuse. Obviously, I don't like that they reused the Hush, right? I'll pick him up in a second. But if you look at the art card, you'll see that he's got a lot more texture to his suit here. The main reason they reused this body mold is because of this face here, because this one is complete reuse of the Green Lantern Batman, and that's probably what they were going for back then with that. But, you know, he's got short ears. This one has long ears. Not a big fan of that, honestly. I really wish that they just used another Nightfall Batman. As much as we've seen that body mold, it perfectly suits this figure better than, you know, the Green Lantern or Batman as Green Lantern figure. I still am glad we got one. Don't get me wrong. I wish they went a different route with it. And yeah, he's having some trouble standing, but not too much. You know, really would have liked if he came with some extra hands. I think that, I'm trying to see here, his ring hand is flattened. It's got no texture on it, so probably a good thing. I don't think that the original Green Lantern Batman had that. I've never really liked how tiny his trunks were to the size of his, not calves, thighs. It's just, I never really liked this look. It's like he's wearing like super tight tights, and it's just not for me, man. I would have liked, instead of the silver though, that it was an all white figure. I think an all white Batman would have looked way better than having silver on here. Now, having said that, it is possible that this is actually a white part painted. I'm trying to see if I can take his head off. It looks like his head could pop off pretty easy. There we go. Okay, so good news is that it's hard to see on camera, but it is a white part painted silver. And I don't think the cape is. I think the cape, the hands, and the feet, those are definitely molded in silver. If they're molded in white, it would be a very big surprise to me, because this, you know, especially the cape, it moves freely. It has no issues moving at all. Actually, it, it really doesn't have any issues moving at all. But yeah, it's not a wired cape, so you know, you could easily take that off and add a wired white cape to this figure, and then you could mostly remove the paint on here. You'll have to watch out for the skin tone, but you could actually make this a proper White Lantern Batman. There we go. Yeah, his head's easy to pop on and off, thankfully. And it does still contain that issue where there is a hole in the neck if he looks up too high. And I think it actually looks worse on this figure than it does on the original Green Lantern or Batman as Green Lantern. Still really like that figure though, the Green Lantern Batman. This one is just not as good, doesn't come with any accessories, and is a step down, personally. Again, glad we have them. Last thing to look at is the logo. It's, again, I wish it wasn't in silver, I wish it was just black painted on white. But again, I might, like I said, go in on that figure, paint him completely white. We'll see. I do have some acetone nail polish remover that I might try on that head sculpt, but I'd have to be very careful with it. Anyway, it's time for articulation. I don't have Dawnbreaker. It's the only, you know, Batman Lantern figure that I don't technically have. I have all the others, Batrocidus, Blackest Night, etc. But let's go ahead and take a look at Larfleeze's articulation. So head sculpt wise, can't really look up too much unless you pop his head off. And man, look at that neck. Oof, looks gross. Alright, I'm gonna have to pop this back on. Give me a sec. At least the heads are getting easier to pop on and off on these figures. Anyway, and then he can look down a decent amount. Not much, but decent enough. I wish that there was an articulation point in the neck portion, but there is not. Arms wise, he's got a great range of movement in those shoulders. So he could be saggy, which is probably how I'm going to have him. Or he can be, you know, trying to intimidate someone, you know. What do you have there in mind? I'm Larfleeze. He's got swivel and hinge there, of course. It doesn't seem like the logo gets in the way. And then the forearm swivel. Let's try the other arm. That one does not want to move. There we go. Forearm swivel all the way around. If anything feels too tight on your figure, don't move it. Just saying. You'll break something. Although there was one time where I tried to move something, didn't feel tight at all, and it just snapped right out of the box. That's sad. And it was a platinum figure too, but not one that people really care about. That was the elbow, and then the hands here, typical hand movement, and you can swivel them around however you want. I do like that. And it looks like the swivel joints are uniquely molded as well. It's kind of hard to tell. They are circular, but it looks like they have some texture to them. And then midsection wise, great backwards. Actually a decent amount of forward. So like here's the baseline, and then here's the upper forward. Pretty good. And for Larfleeze it works great because, you know, he's more of an animalistic character. Both of those joints have swivels that can go all the way around as well. And then a lot of side to side. Alright, let's see them splits. Not a perfect split, but not bad either. And then we got leg kicks. He could sit down, but not for long. It would really ruin the diaper piece he has. His legs can kick back very far. And then it has a bit of swivel to it, not much. And then the knees here. Can't kick his own ass, even if I moved his foot back. Speaking of his foot, on this foot I can't actually get it to pivot. This one I can, but it's tough. So I might have to use a hairdryer on that. There's the back on the foot, forward on the foot, and the toe. I'm not going to show Batman's articulation at all because everything there is reuse. Alright, and then, you know what, since we're here, let me give Larfleeze his battery. They couldn't even give us a White Lantern battery, man. Even if it may or may not be comic accurate, he still should have came with something else, man. Like, this is probably a super cheap figure for them to produce. It just annoys me. It's time for the best part of the review, the size comparisons. I'll make this as quick as I can. Larfleeze here at the top of his tufts of hair is about 7.5 inches tall, and then Batman at the top of his ears is nearly 8 inches. At the top of his head, he's the same height as Larfleeze. Kind of surprising. Alright, let's go ahead and get in the rest of the Lantern cores here. we got Atrocitus representing Rage. Of course, we got Hal Jordan representing green. Could have picked anybody, but picked him. Of course, we got to have Sinestro with yellow. We got the Black Lantern Batman back here. We gotten a few Black Lanterns, but you know, white and black. Black and white. And finally, I actually have a custom here. I've shown this off in a review before, but I have a custom Saint Walker figure here. If you want to see how I made this one, check that video out. I'll try to link it in the description if I don't forget. But if not, I have, like I said, a whole video on him on how I did him. But yeah, we do have a Blue Lantern Kyle Rayner figure, but that figure goes for over $100+, and I don't want to buy it. I just don't care for it. And I think it's not worth the money. But hopefully we get a Saint Walker soon. Maybe he'll even reuse Larfleeze's body here. Be careful that the diaper piece is not too terribly warped. But yeah, I think I'm going to call the video here. It's been long enough, 16 minutes. Just rambling on, but I love the lanterns. Hopefully we get more. And definitely get Larfleeze. This might be one of my top 5 favorite figures. Might be. I'd have to look through all my figures that I own, but might be a top 5 figure for me. And then White Lantern Batman over here. Honestly, you're better off just making a custom. You know, get any Nightfall Batman with a chest that's not molded, and you're good to go. Just get like a water slide decal or a sticker and just put it on his chest. Honestly, it would be better than this. But stay tuned, because I might turn this guy into a fully White Lantern Batman. So I might repaint his hands, take the silver paint off of his head sculpt, and then give him a new cape. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of these 2 figures. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps with the channel. And as always, peace.